go.
So I believe we're live.
Yes.
Perfect. We have to resume the countdown at some point.
Well,
But
when
anyway,
you stop chatting
It's
when
the
I'm trying to.
final countdown.
Well, to be fair, if you guys are not talking when I'm doing the countdown, we'll probably hear the countdown. Just saying.
Damn it.
you're asking
Damn
too
it.
much. You know that.
I'm only asking of you what you're asking of me, so it's only fair.
So, last time,
On Dragon Ball Z.
actually not Dragon Ball Z, at least not yet.
We'll
Not
get
yet.
there.
We got the giant swallow fight giant catch. I think we are past the point of that.
Yeah,
yes, and
Ketch is just having a
last
bunga
time
party.
the party managed to survive the fight that happened outside of some suspicious
Suspicious.
bunker establishment. Who knows what exactly was happening inside? Clearly, there were some problems. Things didn't go as smoothly as the people that were gathering there assumed.
We're all dead now.
At least not all of them.
We're all
Yes, the party found an Anzati. She tried her luck against a few of the party members. She wasn't successful at the end of getting away, though.
She tried.
And the party managed to capture her.
Basically, she fought Dwayne and Muda, and when she tried to try to escape Elena, she kind of ran out of luck.
That's after they shot 5 times poor Tuchak on the back.
Yes,
But I still think they
there
need
is
to take
also
some
the players were on board with that decision, but in the characters were all
dark side points for that.
The players were all on board with that, but I think the only person who was in control of that in character-wise was probably Pika.
Yeah.
Listen, I was told to shoot him. I was just following orders.
I mean,
I
yeah,
told
you only
stop.
have
In character,
There
I
were no
told you
side
stop.
points. I was only
over here
following
is,
orders.
If anyone told you
only
to shoot
one
him, it was
person has
Neo.
a reason to do that.
Good
Because
soldiers
he took
follow
over.
orders.
I just follow orders.
good
Execute
soldiers
order.
follow orders. Oh no.
Execute order 66.
Do you mean 69?
No.
I hope not.
Oh no.
No. What's that? What Pika was
That's
doing?
the X-rated version.
What Pika was? What Pika was?
Okay, I'm out of here now. Thank you. Bye.
What Pika was? I think what Pika was executing was execute order 83. Just kill all annoying midgets.
So,
Anyway.
I call this back into order. So,
Good luck.
Can you? Do you have the strength to put this under control?
I have,
You have
the
strength
power.
of will.
No. I didn't
Yes.
ask you if you have the power. If you have the strength.
No, he is. Because
I don't know.
he does have the power because he's George Lucas's legal advocate in this group. It's like
So,
poetry.
Stop making false claims.
It's like poetry, so that he rhymes.
Tuchak, speaking about Tuchak, he got shot repeatedly. He was able to survive just because he was
Somehow.
extremely lucky with a roll.
Somehow Stab is returned.
Yes, that the DAG sniper was able to do. But that wasn't enough to save him from long-term health issues from that moment on. Because now he actually is in a pretty bad shape.
Yeah,
He is stabilized, at least for now, but he's not in immediate danger of actually dying. But
he's developed.
He's taken severe damage.
Yes,
He's developed chronic
he's very
diarrhea.
badly hurt.
He's developed chronic diarrhea. He can't go anywhere without leaving a trail.
Oh,
No, he hasn't. So
It'll be easy to find
there's a
him.
bot
we
for
left
that,
off.
but
We left
don't
off
worry.
last time when Neo and Jawayne were trying to get some more details, information, anything they can get, pretty much from the Anxiety captive. At some point, because this is a part that, unfortunately, because of technical issues, it wasn't captured and was the last thing that happened last session. Jawin got a bit close to getting something out of her. And this is where we left last time. So, now, if Jawin and Neo want to press her a bit more, or
Press. Yeah,
call
yes.
it a day, I guess, of a good attempt at interrogating her.
Neo is waiting for
Real quick, first,
Joey's staff
Maris.
time to
First.
finish.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
Maris, was I right?
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm?
No, well, like I sent you a message.
I missed that.
We'll be right back after this message.
I was hoping he'd read it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yes. That was what she almost revealed, but she managed to, restrain herself
Yeah, I know,
before
but like,
actually spilling the beans.
but I still got it out of her. So
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty much, there was a small bout of pride from her side, saying
Oh no, she's a
something
pride
along
demon.
the lines of, when Jawayne said that you were one of the few people that were actually going toe to toe with me, and she was like, oh, if that's true, you don't stand a chance with someone who's
she
not.
said
No.
she said against
he
him.
who shall not be named.
Yes.
She said against him that you wouldn't stand a chance against him.
Voldemort.
Yes.
Yes, Voldemort is in Star Wars now. Mere Sister bringing Voldemort into this. We're having Space Hitler 2.0.
Technically, that's
Except he's gonna realize that he's gonna just be within point blank range, even when his wand's too far away, and he's gonna suffer.
This is fair. This is fair. I think wand ranges. Hogwarts Legacy proves this is only like.
I mean,
it's only maybe 12 squares.
If we go by the books, wand range is whatever the hell it wants to be.
whatever the hell it
Let's
wants
be
to
real. We are
But
talking
this is a
about
game.
magic. We are talking
Are
about
you-
magic here.
Exactly, it
enemy-
is whatever the hell it wants to be.
It's whatever
Is the
you
enemy in
want
this
to be.
system? Is the enemy in this system? Yes, they are in point blank
Yes.
range.
They're
So
I mean, for Pika, yeah.
so
Unfortunately,
Are
for
they
them,
somewhere in the
little did they
universe?
know.
Yes, they're in point blank range.
So the long and short story of this is she could be
Is
talking about-
is the enemy in this plane of existence? Yes. Then they
yes.
die.
Hey guys, I killed someone in the world between worlds and I'm already here. That's law for you. Anyway, she could be talking
So-
about Voldemort, or she could be blowing smoke up her ass.
No. It's Snoke, actually.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
blowing
really?
smoke.
No, no.
She's blowing smoke up her ass.
Anyway, so do you want to continue to push the issue, or
Hold up, because now I need to get my thoughts in order. Frick.
You're welcome.
Mm.
Should I go into live comedy?
So I
please?
think I was about to ask her.
What is her quest?
No, not what is her quest.
But what is her
Um,
favorite
what's
color?
your favorite color?
What's your favorite color?
What is the capital of Assyria?
Then the answer
All-
is Nineveh, and
If all her battleships belongs to you,
I don't need to ask her that. So, no, okay.
What is love?
Please.
Don't hurt me.
Oh, no.
Let the man think.
Don't hurt me no more.
Headphones are off.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think we're done. Sorry, continue.
headphones are off. Someone write to him that we're done.
All right. Because like last time we did kind of sort of go over
The overall plans. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah. So okay, I think I know how I want to know this. And Briss, if I did ask this last time, then shrug.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay. So, Briss, last time, she got started talking about kind of sort of along the similar lines that the phony Inquisitor was. So, about the Jedi at least.
Not exactly, but
Yeah.
so, yeah.
But something did come up like that. So is this a vendetta? Is it personal? Like, or what exactly is it that you have against the Jedi? If it is even that.
She glances and says, nothing really personal other than, you know.
Nothing personal, kiddo.
I think you mean nothing
No,
personnel.
I don't know.
Neo that at this will interfere and says, "You mean the delicious fruit to reap, right?"
Yeah, they're certainly more nutritious than other
Nutritious.
people.
Hmm. Okay.
Nutritious.
What? I'm sorry. I must. Let my ignorance show. Must you? Because the way I see it, like, just your ability to consume the way you do, I can't imagine anyone else being able to look upon you or your race as anything other than parasites. Must you? Or is that just something you do for the heck of it?
Well, some of our species go in great lengths to control themselves, as they say, and refrain from doing such a heinous act or however else you want to call it. But, well, isn't that going against your nature at this point?
See, there's whatever your nature is, and then there's almost always going to be something higher or greater than that. You know what my nature once was? It was focused around one thing: junk. You could say I had a bit of a problem, and
Hey.
that is technically true for most people of my species.
He was a junkie.
I was a junkie.
Hmm.
God damn it.
Here's the
And you
thing,
hear
though. In our species, the strongest of us are the ones that indulge in their nature.
And that can honestly be said for plenty of force users too. The thing about that is, which side always wins? Kidding. That's not what I'm asking.
That's totally what you're asking.
Which side always wins? No.
If you actually said that, I would have facepalm by the implication you're making, saying good work to throw everything. I wouldn't have
Yeah,
said it, but
I know.
facepalm.
But essentially, it's just like, well, to my knowledge,
yes.
we have like there's been multiple Dark Force users throughout history who have done exactly that. They have indulged in what is their nature. And in essence, have actually become something that is not either who they really are or who they were meant to be.
Just shrugs and says,
And they
"Each
did
his
it all in
own,
the name of
I
power.
guess."
That's fine.
Just shrugs and yeah.
I mean, it's primarily ignorance talking, but so you primarily focus on Jedi then because they're more nutritious. Substance would have to go along in that, but you could theoretically survive without it entirely. You enjoy fighting us.
Yes, you could say it's the thrill of the hunt.
Thrill of the hunt, huh?
Yeah, you're not easy prey.
You know, if we're gonna talk in those terms, the prey that we hunt isn't always easy either.
I would imagine.
Thrill of the hunt. And then Dwayne turns to Neo.
Neo has a look on his face when you look at him like he has an idea, like he can keep going from here because looking at you to say, like waiting for you if
Oh no,
you
no, no. He
know.
gives you a nod. He gives you a nod.
Okay, Neo at that looks at her and says, "So you like the thrill of the hunt? How about if I find you a place where you can keep having your thrill of the hunt in exchange for cooperation with the Jedi?"
No, you got it all wrong. I'm not just a feral animal doing
Oh no, you're not. I did.
whatever I want around.
Oh,
Corrin face palms even
just
harder.
like that, feral animal and stuff like that. I don't mean it to doing it for the Jedi. I mean, you tell them what they want here, then you way to work for this other organization. If I manage to find you one that suits all your needs, your opinions.
You're saying you'll get me out of here, out of Jedi jurisdiction, no strings attached, no repercussions. Is that what you're saying?
Let me.
Just one small warning. Don't go after Jedi again.
That will be a given, so you know that, because I take it that then if this in another encounter between you and Jedi, the Jedi Academy, they're not going to be kind the next time. But this time, let me do the talking, some research, and we may be able to have this deal that I'm proposing. Take me as a third party between people like you right now and the Jedi Academy that has got involved. An intermediate, if you will.
Oh, very well. I'm curious to see if you can actually do anything about it.
Neo that takes his hand computer and says, "I will need the details of what you're looking for."
What am I
Oh,
looking for?
exactly. You
I'm
want a fair
looking.
deal where for the place you want to work with certain details. I need those to find it.
Look, I'm perfectly content with my current position and everything. I mean, not being a captive right now. So, just, you know,
Freelancer,
letting me go without
then basically.
repercussions, it would be very good. But I will be honest, there are some things I won't be able to stay away from. And I'm not talking about making a deal and me refraining from attacking Jedi in such a way again. I'm talking about other things.
You mean the kind of things that you probably cannot even share with the Jedi for fear of your own self-preservation, right?
Oh, yes.
Then let me just ask one thing, and this is for my curiosity, not the Jedi or anything. How deep would you say this hole goes?
I couldn't begin to imagine.
I've heard of
I
this
don't
before.
know, to be honest. I don't have, you know.
Oh no, you probably don't have all the details. These kind of people are the kinds that just give you exactly what they need to know basis. But you always can make yourself an
What's a
idea
rabbit? Yeah.
depending on who you are working with. That's why I asked this question.
If you go down deep enough, I've heard that you have to drink a potion that's labeled "Shrink Me."
In any case, that was a more fruitful discussion than any other I had. So, at least it was an interesting distraction.
Neo says that, let me see what I can do for you.
And
Yeah.
then Joanne will turn back to her and say, by the way, should you change your mind, so long as you're not on your own, anyone can protect you or help protect you from whatever it is you're afraid of.
Who's gonna
Neo is
protect you?
already was going on his way, but he
You're
heard the
too
last thing.
trusting.
And you're not trusting enough.
It's just.
Roll scare eyes.
They roll out of her head and just roll out the door.
Neo is already outside waiting for Jawin to exit. You know, he heard the
Yeah.
last thing, but he's waiting for him.
Yeah, that's a parting shot. You don't trust enough. And then he walks out.
Neo walks, waits a bit. They are far away from the cell, looks at Jawin and says, I agree with you that she's not trusting enough, but I also don't think she's the kind of person that we can go trust him. Let's do this.
So I remind him again, she's not afraid of dying. So
And you think
what
you
exactly is it that she's afraid of? That she's not going to say anything.
Neo that says, well, sense of self.
Quick question, Mrs. Corin
Fair.
Horn still in the room?
Yeah, outside of it.
The face palming intensifies, I take it.
No, it was just the one.
Just the one at the very start when I asked, "Who are you?"
Yes.
And the one
And
where
I had
Neo
a point in asking.
and the one where Neo made a joke there, trying to
He's probably got a look of how.
gauge it.
He's probably giving you a look of at that start, going, "How does Elena put up with you two?"
Neo is going to go to Luke and Elena the moment he is out. He takes that Jawin is also going there.
I would probably say you could pass it on to Corin Horn since he's right there. I think Luke and I are kind of preparing at the moment.
Mhm.
So if you want to hand it to Corin Horn for them to learn later on, that's a valid option. Just saying.
Okay, fine. Then we tell Corin on what all we learned, assuming he wasn't standing right there and listening in.
No, he was standing outside. So
Oh,
when he went,
Neo is still going to go and look for Luke and Elena. He probably imagines that they were being listened and this wasn't private after all. They know the Jedi, well, they trust in and all that, and they're allies. They're still going. It's like when a police goes to interrogate a subject, you still have another police look at
I
it
know.
from a different place to secure it.
I know.
But Neo did give his word regarding that, so he's going to act as the third party right now.
in any case, Corin's opinion is that, yeah, of course, she's not to be trusted, and he doesn't necessarily agree with her being released in vague terms.
Mm-hmm.
But that's as far as he's going to go with it. He's
Mhm.
He's leaving the strong opinions to the two protagonists.
ultimately, what it boils down to is we don't have solid evidence that, like, she's like, if we had solid evidence that she was guilty for that one Jedi's death, then yeah, I'd say forget about any deal. But we don't.
Okay, I will tell you in your position. Even if we can manage in this conversation and stuff like that, find a hint of something that gave us a solid evidence, Neo will still fight for representing her and all of that. Not only because he gave his word, but because he's a small fry. Neo is right now wants to protect the Jedi Academy because not only is the place where Jawain and Elena work, but also is a place where they feel like home. It's a place where he's able to progress his thing. It's a very important. It has become a very important place. It has become home for him. So he need for to be able to protect this. You first need information about the root of the problem. You can take care after you get rid of the root of the bad weed and stuff like that that is around the floor that you didn't take care while looking for the root. But once you have the root, that can be taken more easily.
I'm not gonna. I'm basically saying I'm not. I'm gonna roleplay this later, but I'm not saying that
Mm.
Elena's gonna be completely against the whole idea. Just spitting in your face. She's gonna be. She's gonna be extremely uncomfortable with this idea. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But ultimately, she's gonna leave the final decision to Luke in this case.
Anyway, Neo's going to
Luke,
Luke.
Luke pretty much says that we have to focus on one thing at a time. The most pressing matter right now is the meeting, since we have a very restrictive timeline.
That's kind of Elena's thought as well. I'm thinking, yeah, we appreciate you bringing this to us, but
That being said, I do not agree with her just walking around
Neo,
without
that's
very specific precautions.
Neo that says, tell me the kind of precautions I would tell you if she would agree or not. And based on the rate I got, Jawen can also
Surgically removing her stuff.
Jawen can also
we're not
give you.
into. Elena
Jawen
will
can also give you his opinion
Elena,
regarding that,
Elena
since
will,
he
Elena
also
will
got a
just
good
give.
read.
Elena will just give Joanne a stern look when he says that and say, I mean, we're up to precautions. We're not up to torture. Such a thing would be an act of torture, if you think.
Neo gives you a dry look and says, I know this is a serious stuff, but I thought you would understand when he was joking around.
Luke just gives. He just looks at you and says, "This is not torture. This is mutilation." It's
It's the mutilation of a parasite.
That's beside
well,
the. That's beside the point.
a parasite can become something more if they are given the right context and
Right, if they will it. And she has mentioned
Yeah.
a few Enzati who have, but look, she's unrepentant.
If she's so unrepentant, is it a
Mhm.
good idea to
Go.
let her walk free then?
Neo this says, is it a good idea? No, I will say this right now. If we look in the short term, no, it's not a good idea. She's a danger. She should be put down because she's not going to repent. She's not going to change. She's going to take the different deals and stuff like that. And probably we're going to cross our path again with her. Says Neo, this we are having all this in mind. But what do we take care of first? The root that is ruining the garden, or the weed that that well the problem can be taken care of much easily?
First, we
To
take
find the
care.
route, to find the route, we need information in this case.
Yes, we do need information. Speaking of which, then you should get your stuff ready. And since it was part of the deal, we'll have to take Tuchek, I believe his name is. We'll have
Neo
to
that
take him
nods and
with us.
says, yeah,
Although
he's
I
another
don't
ship.
like this one bit.
Neo that says, don't worry, just keep an eye on him because he's has gambling problems, so I bet you know that kind of people.
I'll leave it to you then to transport him over to our shuttle then, I will say. Just be careful.
Neo will say, they
He
did
just.
ask us.
Mhm.
Mhm. They did ask us for just to be you free, so just in case for that, what we do want to probably get going and begin to do mooding stuff at some point, we should it should be just the three of you. We don't want to make her suspicious.
I suppose we can find a planet along the hyperlane we're traveling down to actually reconvene. If you need my help on that, if you really need my help on that task.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe it will take. It will take us more than a week.
Yeah, that nonsense is. We didn't talk about what it was that exactly you had conditions to free her. We need this deal done, so if you tell me the details, I can.
Yeah, we have to think about that. And
Okay.
let's say that there are a few other members of the order that would like to have a talk with her. I do trust them. They do have their way. So maybe we'll get something more out of her
The important
Yes,
thing.
before we make a final decision.
Neo would just say, then have in mind she's extremely prideful. If you are going to this to the aspect of her life and stuff like that, you're not going to get anywhere. She's a prideful warrior. For her, a death is any kind of death at hands of an enemy that she considers superior, it's a honorable one. So
Oh, don't worry, that was kind
that's
of
not going to work.
Oh, don't worry, that was kind of obvious.
Besides, I don't think that anyone here would threaten her with her life. At least not in the traditional way.
Not as says Neo, but she basically left imply that the problem that the reason why we will probably cross her again, it's not a problem of life of death, it's a problem of sense of self.
Kind of reminds me of some Trandoshan bounty hunters we've run into from time to time. Not to the same degree, but the thrill of the hunt aspect of their beliefs is similar.
Yeah, I don't think she means in that kind of sense. I mean the sense of whatever the reason she got involved into this, a fear for her sense of self.
Yeah, you are correct on one thing.
Hmm.
She's not the main problem. If anything, she's a byproduct of it.
Exactly why we should probably try to think little of her and just
Especially since she's also,
get a
that means
solution.
she's, just given what she's told us, she's not the only one. This is a problem that is inbred in their species and exacerbated by someone or something. And we don't know who or what.
At that, Luke says, I know that other species have a very long lifespan. And they do tend to be prideful.
Not to mention she also mentioned the more powerful ones being more indulgent in their nature. I remember Massacre Crook once telling me about a certain number of them becoming Dark Jedi or Sith a long time ago, and that could be a danger. That could make him even more dangerous.
Or it could be the reason why they want them.
There was an Anzati Jedi at some point that, went dark, let's say. It wasn't a
Yeah,
pleasant thing.
I remember Master Quinlan telling me about Master Quinlan Voss telling me about that encounter. It was brutal.
Yes, Kukruk has many stories. Sometimes too many. In any case,
You weren't.
let's move on.
Elena gives Lucas Mercade. You weren't raised on them.
uh, I will send Silgal to get Tuchak ready for the journey, and I'll make sure to find something more spacious than an X-wing, because I don't think we will be able to fit in there.
While
He
I
says, and
Elena says, while I enjoy the thrill of sitting in the co-pilot seat with your X-wing, I don't think that's gonna work.
Neo says, then I'm going to go and prepare for the transport.
You go get yourself ready, Luke. I'm gonna go. I need to go speak with the old man before we leave. I shouldn't take too long. Elena bows and
Mhm.
just goes on her way.
Okay, so things happen. Silgal goes and makes sure that the Tuchak is actually able to take this journey. She's very negative about this whole situation, though. She's like, we should keep him here and at some point send him to a medical facility that has, everything, so they can do what is necessary to bring him back, for him to be completely functional again. But yeah, she doesn't push the issue. Um,
She's not. No, she's basically not saying anything that Luke and Elena haven't already said.
yeah. She's just reaffirming it from a medical expert
Yeah.
standpoint.
Yeah.
That yes, he's able to travel, but yeah.
Yeah, no, Neo also knows this, but
But
give
But
me a
finish
yes,
second. What can
sentence.
you do? It's not like, what is more important? Be with,
mhm.
well, with him or with the the ex-inquisitor?
In the end, they do take to check to uh, the ship that Luke has prepared for this journey, and Elena joins him as well, and pretty much the possible planets for you to meet again if you don't want to go back on Ossus, because the rendezvous point is there, Ossus is here.
I was kind of thinking. I mean, I would probably prefer going back to Oasis, but that's not Elena's decision. The planet I was thinking of when I was looking this up, if you guys really want to do this, is Bota Jeff. It's kind of in the middle of the two hyper routes. So neither of us are going completely out of our way to actually make the drop off.
You're going to Vardini, right?
We're going to Vandrin, yes.
then either Windsor or something around Windsor. There's no reason to go on bot except for like this lane is faster than the smaller lane because where we want to go is Utgath Neb, so we could
Yeah.
go Windsor, Algamar, Ithor, or like that way. So
Mm.
I don't see the reason of like waiting on bot Jeff. Since like there's that upper lane we can take,
Yeah.
assuming they work similar with each other.
Pretty much you can plan where exactly you're going to meet after
Mm.
both parties have left Ossus. So you can actually calculate how much time you will need to go from
Mm.
place to place. So maybe it's better for you to make the decision a bit later on.
Mhm.
So as
Mhm.
come on,
Nice.
as look and Elena and the Tuchak leave.
Mm.
Oh, there's something there. Okay.
As they
The rest of the
leave.
party, yes, the rest of the party stays behind, and I want everyone that is going around your ship to roll perception. The DC
Neo,
is not
Neo
high.
would Neo won't be on the ship because he will be working on going back to working on the systems until we know a place where we are meeting. So he will be using his room and all of that in the Jedi Academy.
Mm-hmm.
So he wouldn't be on
Okay.
the ship.
Brindor, as you are, you know, as you are casually moving around, you see in the med, in the med area, that a few of Tuchak's things have been left behind. He
Mhm.
was not very cohesive, so
Yeah,
it's pretty obvious that he was not exactly
the rest of shape.
yes
What
in
do they look like, and why are they
uh
like bombs?
okay,
They're all thermal.
okay you
It's
see
an entire
Oh
you
pack of
sift
great.
thermal
through you
detonators.
sift through the things you
Mhm.
sift through the through Tuchak's things, and you can find okay, there is something that is actually useful for you. It's a thermal detonator.
Oh, it's already been switched on. How convenient. I'd better get rid of it.
Oh great.
I have to. You have to roll 1d10. I hope
Mhm.
you are ready to
uh,
dodge. Dodge
so
all
you can
time.
add it to
Ouch!
your
Mhm.
so you
Sorry.
can
Don't
add it
worry, I
to your
take half
arsenal.
damage from area attacks. 0 if it misses.
So you can add that to your arsenal, and you can see that there are two data pads.
All right, I'm gonna hand these to our chief engineer to have him look them over for
You
tracking
you you
devices.
you see that Neo is there working with stuff. You see him working in on different droids and mechanic parts of the communication system while you're right there, and he's basically full focus. He's not paying attention to anything but what he's working on.
Hey, we've got some data pads that got left by our
Hmm.
friend. Let's call him a friend.
You see
Uh,
that Neo
Frenemy.
Neo raises up that there was a bit of working on stuff like that. He turns around and says, "What did you say?"
Oh God.
the guy you
Oh
guys
no,
had
it's
me
death.
shoot and almost kill. He left some stuff. I assume you'd want to look it over.
Neo that says, looks at the data but says, "Oh, Okay, leaving them over there. When I'm done with this for the day, I'm going to open them and check them out.
One of the data packs is just an article from the
Does that?
from the daily hyperlane.
So at night of that day, Neo is going to use his mechanic skills to access the data pads because he can do that. Access the system through mechanics.
Also, if we're still at Ossus, I'm gonna find the garrison and switch out the thermal detonators. Oh, here, I got this one adventuring. I'd like to swap it out.
Oh
These are
damn it! A
fungible
5.
objects, right?
We are back to low rolls.
Okay. This is enough to get
Mm.
access to one of them. The other though seems very well secured.
Okay, the Neo is
gets
going to work on the one he accessed first, and then he's going to
Mhm.
try to work, seeing as that one is more difficult, work on that one on the morning of the next day.
He fails that one on the next day and
The
gets some force sensitive ice cream.
the first one doesn't seem to have anything of great importance. It's
You
mundane.
actually find his porn stash.
Oh no.
Yeah,
So
Neo
Oh
is going
damn it!
to ignore that,
Why is this
and
full of
he
pink and colorful
sure that it's not
ponies?
connected to anything, so he's not worried about that accessing the
the
systems here. So
you open one of the files and it's called the last Chandra fan, and you immediately close that.
yes, Neo is going to just ignore those files actually because he knows how porn is named. He's not.
Otherwise,
Are you are you sure
otherwise
about
you
that? Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Are you really sure about that? Because he might have hidden something inside there.
He
Neo is going to make sure to check the the uh folders before not even accessing directly, seeing what they contain to see if they're worth accessing or not.
from what you can see, in this datapad, it's that it's a collection of numerous things
Hmm.
that come on, that Tuchak is interested in. It has a lot of different places that
Mm.
they have establishments for gambling.
he also has a holobook in there called Sabak for Dummies.
Yes, pretty much he has. You feel like this is his, leisure
Everyday.
time,
Yeah.
everyday datapad, pretty much.
It's the everyday database. So
Yeah.
there's nothing inside there.
There's
Exactly. There's
nothing.
nothing in.
There's nothing remarkable in it. It's.
Yeah, and Neo was not expecting anything here, so it's like, yeah, no, not surprised.
I wonder what's in this week's
Mhm.
episode issue of Pure Berserk magazine.
So next day, Neo's going to try to spend the morning trying to access this before going to work. So going to roll.
Ah,
Okay, a 10. This is fair. Is that enough or not
it is enough.
for the second one?
Yes, you
Oh,
gain access,
okay.
and
It just starts playing Never Gonna Give You Up.
inside this one, you find more shady stuff.
Yeah.
You can see the business dealings that Tuchak had from time to time.
Any name
Uh,
that is familiar there?
I assume that you're taking your sweet time with it.
Yeah,
You're not just brushing through the files.
there's a reason why he said Neo's going to take the whole morning to do this, because not only to roll more times easily, but also when he accesses, suspecting the kind of person that he is and kind of is with a mentality, Neo is taking his time checking this. So yeah.
Okay. So, you find some very suspicious files.
Hmm.
Uh, these are the ones that are more difficult to gain access to.
Okay, do I need to roll anything?
No, you don't need to
No, you
roll
don't.
again.
Okay, just making sure. That's why.
Mhm.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
Hmm.
Tuchak, you already know that is a naughty individual.
Hmm.
He seems that he has done something
Hmm.
uh, rather dangerous.
Hmm.
You can see that there is
He got into Palpatine's medical
uh,
cabinet.
a file that he has also made some side notes
Notes. Yeah.
uh, on it.
Hmm.
And it seems that he was able to procure it from personal files from the Inquisitor herself.
Neo looks at that and says, "Yeah, this was a good idea when saying that." But he enters these files still.
Hmm. Uh, and there is some cross-referencing with other information that he has gathered from
Hmm.
other shady uh, places, like uh, underground bounty postings and illegal channels, stuff like that.
It's the
It
darknet.
seems,
He has
yes,
access to the darknet, essentially.
it's he has
Numerous
access
ones.
to the dark, to the hollow dark.
Oh no, he's a member of Skynet. Run.
Hmm. Again, Neo's not surprised seeing his skills going on.
There's a little
Mhm.
sentence at the bottom of the page saying how much wood could two chuck chuck if two chuck could chuck wood.
So you see the name. Uh, okay. You see the name Sienar. I want you to roll a galactic lore, a knowledge
Okay.
galactic lore,
Okay, give me a second.
to
Uh,
see if you
a giant
if that
The,
picture. A
name
giant
this
picture of
is
tells you
not a
anything.
Lost.
good roll for Neo, but give me a second to see how it goes.
I'm pretty sure Galactic Law is just a giant
Damn
galaxy-sized
it.
version of a picture of Law's face.
It's not enough, right? Not even close.
Mm,
Even if I use a force point. Or is it
it
enough to
is a big enough name for you to actually
No, it
recognize it somewhat,
Okay,
but
recognize it somehow, but you don't know
And
a
that
lot of
name
stuff
is
about
Mel
it.
Brooks. Wait a second.
but go on.
but
Well,
out of the top of your head, you can't actually place the
question.
name to
Question.
something.
If I roll the force point, can I get something or not? With this roll.
Yes, you can.
You have
Okay,
to
I'm
roll a
rolling one.
3.
6!
Oh, okay.
Yay!
So, Sienna, where have you seen that name before? Oh,
Oh,
isn't
it's Sienna Miller.
isn't that one of the biggest names in military manufacturers?
Okay.
And if you do a very small search, you don't even have to roll about it. It's
Okay.
You
extremely
Google.
easy to find.
Yeah,
Yes.
You Google it.
Neo is going to do the search while
Uh-huh.
having looking at that file still to see if there is
Mhm.
anything else that helps him
Siener
hunting it down.
Industries is one of the biggest ones in the galaxy,
Mhm.
and they have been one of the main manufacturers of Star Destroyers for the Empire, and now for
The New
military
Republic.
vessels for the New Republic. Yes.
Technically, he can't use Google, so wouldn't the actual search engine for the Star Wars universe be called Ask Sheev?
You see that Neo's eyes narrow a bit at that and says, "Looks like the old habits die hard."
And here's the thing: it seems that called someone from that particular family clan, you're not entirely sure what the name Sienna is representing exactly. From your knowledge about humans, because they
Hmm.
are humans,
Yeah.
you get the feeling that it's the surname.
Hmm.
It seems that there was some underground interest to take care of some unwanted competition, not in the weapons industry per se, but the technology department. And you see another name there.
Hmm. And it is.
You see the name Vahali.
Hmm. Do I
I
recognize it?
won't even. Uh, you don't. Okay, you can roll.
Hmm.
You can make another.
Galactic Lord.
Come on, galactic lore,
Hmm.
but it's very
Difficult.
iffy if you.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
If Neo doesn't get it, yeah, I'm not. I don't get it. Neo's going to go asking to, you know, to Moodin because he thinks that Moodin will have more knowledge
Okay.
than him in this.
Somebody said
So here's the
Moodin.
thing.
Hmm.
Here's the thing. This Yener wants to. He has used someone from the Sinner family has used
Hmm.
uh, underground channels to minimize, let's say, if not outright take out of the way, competition in the technology department from someone called Vahali.
Hmm.
Tuchak has also found this is info from whoever, no one, you can't know from where exactly he found this info, but he has it.
Yeah.
And the info that the Inquisitor had about this Vahali guy is that he seems to have some illegal laboratories that, for some reason, caught her interest.
Yeah. Neo immediately after this, before going to the new Jedi Academy or look and stuff like that, is when he sees this, he's going to check the rest of the files to see if anything else of this it could also be related to either of these names. He's going to look to see if there is more information there regarding all of this.
They're they're all in the same file. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Everything you're looking are notes on the same file.
Okay, Neo again. Neo is being he doesn't know how he handles himself. He could be hiding more valuable information in other files.
I
That's why.
simply, I'm just saying that because you're
Mm,
simply
mhm.
scrolling and scrolling and you see
Yeah.
notes over notes
Mm.
and notes, you know.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, pretty much you get the clear picture that Tuchak is an individual
Mhm.
that is very opportunistic. So
Yeah.
if he has some dirt on someone, he might be able to use it to get
Yeah.
some
Yeah. Neo is not
credits.
surprised at
Not
that
unlike
either,
what he
mentally.
tried to do with you.
Yeah. Neo is not surprised at that. And he also is not surprised that he probably is lucky that he didn't try to do with those individuals.
Mirsch,
Yeah,
Mirsch, you
yes.
forgot the important part. I mean, the important part about Tutsak, why he's written this whole file folder.
Mhm.
Oh, that's for you to.
Sure.
I mean, it's kind of fucking obvious if you read about the order.
Okay.
I
You
don't
mean
know
that?
because
Okay.
yeah.
He has information about the current attack on
That is
Wookiees.
something that maybe he wouldn't write it
He
down
who
because it's not something that he's very knowledgeable about. It's
Hmm.
something that he would easily brush off. Oh, what is that? Oh, okay, you know.
Mhm.
Uh, so I doubt that Tuchek would make
A note.
a note about that.
I mean, he has downloaded it, so it's written on the in the notes, and he's triple underlined it because it's what he's looking for.
He's
He's going
downloaded
to
it
get
onto
out of
Google Docs.
many problems.
Okay.
You let me.
Okay. What has he put there?
Just to make sure.
No,
Oh, okay, yeah, that is something that, yeah, of course.
I mean, he triple lined
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's kind
That
of
is
fucking
something that,
obvious.
yes, that is something that Tucha could certainly make a note of. It seems that the amount of money that it is offered for the problem that this Sienna individual has to go away is quite big.
Mhm.
Really big, especially for Tutsak.
Enough to chuck his life away.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
Neo
yes.
will obviously look at that and say, yeah, and with more reason, want to get more information about this. So when he's done checking all of the information in this data pad, just in case, he's going to go with to move in with this, and you know. Mm.
No, Cloud, it's not bigger than the Death Star fans around you.
Oh, a question that I just remember.
Mhm.
Could Neo look? Could I try to use gather information with with this computer to see if I can find anything regarding the names that I have not found a lot of information about.
Mhm. Yes, before we go to that,
Mhm. Yeah.
Cloud,
Anything else? Yeah.
you rolled
Yes.
the Galactic Lore
Yeah, I
check,
have rolled it
which,
for quite some time when I
yeah, yeah.
Sabodim first
I saw
mentioned.
it, but I wanted to, to finish with that because it's
Mhm.
Yeah,
supposed
yeah.
to be to come to your attention afterwards. So,
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah, it's not a name that you've never heard before, the
Mhm.
Vahalion. The CNR you don't
Yeah.
even have to roll; it's common
Yeah.
knowledge for you.
Mhm.
It's one of the most powerful people
Yeah.
around in the world of industry and in
Mhm.
general. They have deals with the New Republic. They have deals with the corporate sector. It
Yeah.
seems they are,
They
Everywhere.
have
pretty well
deals,
connected.
and that is important.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Deals.
deals. And
Deals.
yes, the Vahal name. uh, Maybe you've heard it somewhere before. You're not sure.
Okay. I'm not. I'm not entirely sure.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
not
Um.
entirely.
So that's what he says when we go there. When Neo goes to Moodin regarding this. Okay. Then Neo's going to ask Moodin if he can ask around and begin using his computer skills to see what he can find regarding this.
Okay.
I'm going in this computer. I have to roll, right? God damn
Yeah.
it! I'm rolling. Well, it's a 12. It's better than I have been rolling till now. I'm not going to complain with the
It's
12.
a useless
Is this
computer.
is it enough, or or a force point will help?
Well, it wouldn't hurt.
But is this enough or not? Just
It is enough to get some info. Yes.
okay. Then I'm going to roll a force point. 30. I
Okay.
managed to get it to 30. Okay.
31.
Hmm. So, it seems that uh, House Vahali was pretty big deal in the past. They had an entire system under their rule, but they have been deposed in modern years by House Prazi, which again, Mudin, since he's there, it's common knowledge for him. They are very big political figures.
Mhm.
They have very strong presence in the Senate. They were one of the few people that the Empire couldn't just brush off. They had to sweeten the deal a bit with them. Uh, yes, so but after that, Hasvahali goes a bit on the underground, let's say.
Mhm. Disappears a bit from the scene. Okay.
Yeah. You can see that um, they were going from place to place. They still had, money connections and stuff, but not anything
Important.
truly amazing. But since someone is talking about them, it seems they're still around.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
Okay.
In any case, Mhm.
After Neo finishes looking for all of this before going to work, Neo's going to contact Elena because he considers this is
Mhm.
important. So he thinks that Luke needs to know. So he
Just
contacts Elena.
mhm. Just to summarize, it seems
Mhm.
that Tutsak
Mm.
dared to hack in
Mm.
some
The quick.
personal files that the Inquisitor
Mhm.
had, found this information, made a search on his own, and found a few additional things that he has all in that file you were
Yeah.
reviewing.
Mm. So Neo calls Elena.
But she's not there.
Mhm.
It's not there. Kurt wrote, be right back.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
She
Okay,
disappeared
we
into the
can do the
ether,
call
never to be
later
seen
then.
again.
yes. No one knows what happened.
We can do the call later then.
Ah, there. She's back.
Oh, he's back.
Okay, well,
Okay.
okay.
Neo's calling Elena. Mhm.
Elena will pick up rather groggily.
The moment Neo sees Elena pick up, the first thing he says, make sure that you get to check it's not around to and get Luke on the call.
Elena will groggily get out of her quarters because that's where she was when you called her, and she will walk up to the cockpit with Luke says, I think Neo wants to talk to us.
Okay.
Neo for a second time just make sure to check it's not around there, right? He's not even close to hear this conversation.
No, he's currently resting.
Okay, then this is information that you probably will want to hear because this is the reason why the Inquisitor wants him so badly. But you have to make sure she doesn't realize that you know this because he's supposed to have this and you're not supposed to. So how much you can use this information is up to on the air. Begins to give all the information that we have put out regarding these two big companies, the one that he knows, this clan that supposedly disappear per day and yeah, etc. All of that.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. He gives all of this. And it mentions at the end this was on belongings of Tuchek that the name of Pika's character, give me a second that I go and
Brindle.
look at it.
Krieg.
The vendor found that belonged to Turchek, but he apparently in his badly physical or mental state forgot here, so he's supposed to have them for them to still believe this.
Oh boy.
Oh boy!
Oh boy. Disney is here. We are doomed. They've taken control of
Mhm.
this,
the role of Elena and Luke will now be played by
of
Mickey
this
and
as
Minnie.
well.
The role of Elena and Elena Hawke and Luke Skywalker will now be played by Minnie and Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Oh
In any
God.
case, Luke says, "Thank you for that. Any information we have is a good thing at this point."
Speaking about Tucha, Claire says, looking at Luke and then also at Neo. How desperately do you think the Inquisitor... You mentioned to me the Inquisitor isn't all that interested in having Tucha back, right, Neo?
This is the reason why she probably wants him back, because she's interested in this. Because this information he got it from her, so it's obviously related to everything that's going on right now, probably including the death of the. Uh, he knew insert the name of the Jedi that I never remember that die.
The
Yeah.
poor Bith is never going to be remembered.
I mean,
I have too many stuff in my brain.
I mean, to be honest, technically the only people in character who probably remember her name in this scene are Luke and Elena. That's about it.
Yeah. So anyway, Nia says the name of. So I would say the smart thing, in my opinion, especially when dealing with her, is making her feel in control. So acting as if you don't know this, and maybe at the when we have parts away, you know, she will realize that she's not completely on ahead of us, but use this meeting to having this information in mind to see what else you can get without being obvious that you know this.
Elena just nods.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
that's all, Neo. After that, gods and go back to work.
mhm. um,
Elena just rubs her eyes tiredly.
and with that,
Everyone dies.
yes,
Yeah,
the days pass, and you are very close to uh, the meeting point. Tuchak seems a bit more energetic. He's not completely, uh, he's not
Dead?
completely down. Yes.
Mhm.
Um, he can take a few steps with some, rest after a few steps and that, but he's 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 getting there.
Mhm.
Um, I suppose you're not going to share anything with him about what you found out in his thing.
Unless
And
Luke,
I hope they don't, because who knows
Elena
how
personally
he may
won't.
take this.
Elena personally won't, but she's not going to tell Luke that he can't.
Yeah.
Okay, and Elena, roll a perception check.
All right. Luke is staring right in your face. For some reason.
What is the roll? Oh, a 25.
Okay.
Okay.
12 for me, but
Ah,
whatever.
yeah. Everything seems fine.
Oh, great. I don't like that.
Nothing worrisome is
Don't
I don't
worry,
is
like
guys.
that.
happening. Nothing
Nothing went.
suspicious is afoot. Um, you arrive at the rendezvous point. Uh, it becomes obvious very fast that the specific coordinates are in some kind of um, closed off area. You're not sure if it's going to be a cave or some kind of, you know, um, storage room or something along this way. But you won't be able to go there with the ship, so you'll have to walk. Thankfully, it's not far.
I don't know. We'll just give
The problem is that Tuchek is not very capable of walking,
Can't
so yes.
walk, so you carry him over your shoulder. So
Kind of just
pro-
drag him behind.
Yes, they're dragging him on the floor. No, he's.
Yeah,
and then he dies.
They're playing they're playing Stabminton in motion, just using
Stabminton, yeah, exactly.
they're just using move
No.
objects just to toss
Perfect.
to toss in between them as they're walking along.
You know how a
No.
toddler might like drag their stuffed animal behind them?
Yeah.
Think like that.
Pretty much,
No.
Luke is carrying Tuchek.
As they're leaving, Elena will
GM
you're
taking
choosing-
him away from us before we do worse.
as they're leaving,
Yes, before
Elena
you
as they're
finish what you started.
Yeah.
Yep.
As they're leaving, Lena will
Like-
actually give a meaningful look to Luke and say, "From every encounter I've had with her, she's gonna have something unusual planned. It's best to be on your guard."
What do you mean unusual?
Sometimes I don't even know myself. She kind of likes to spring a surprise on me every time we actually reconvene.
Right. Luke just sighs and continues on. So, you do arrive at the rendezvous point at long last. It seems that it's nothing too fancy. There is actually a storage area, pretty spacious. It seems empty though. It hasn't been used for quite some time from the looks of it. And you can see that she's not alone in there. She has at least 6 guards that you can see, and you recognize the familiar helmet that Commander Reese was wearing.
Elena walks up, not not exactly surprised, but trying to just keep focused on the task.
Mm-hmm. As you enter, you see her raise her hand and says, "That's far enough. First, I would like my things to be returned to me."
Elena just raises her eyebrow.
Luke just says, "I don't like referring to people in that manner, but it was the deal. Just making sure you're not going to hurt him." "Oh no. You have my word. I'm not going to hurt him at all."
Just be careful with him. He's had a rough time.
Roll a perception check, I would say.
Oh god damn it!
Why
Come
did?
on!
Oh. It's or low rolls when in Star Wars. Let's just accept it and move on.
Yeah,
Let me
is Luke rolling as
make
well?
my roll as well. Okay.
Yeah, Luke,
You can see that Luke is reluctantly putting Tuchak down, and he says, "You can manage
Tuchak
going."
So Tutsak starts stumbling towards
Mm-hmm.
here, stops here, looks at here, and keeps going until he reaches somewhere here, and looks at her, and is like, "Oh, oh, boss, uh, you have that look on your face again." And you
Technically, you
start
can't see her
seeing,
face at this point because she has her helmet on.
yeah,
But, but,
okay, yeah, yeah. He
but,
has this feeling,
your extra sensitive ears can hear
yeah, yeah.
the double heartbeat that you so dread.
Yeah, that stuff.
Uh, yes,
That, and
it's
you suddenly start seeing visibly everyone seeing Tutsak starting trembling. It's kind of fucking obvious.
He's
He's
terrified.
really afraid of her right now.
at
Uh,
that she gives a. You can see that she gives a nod, and at this point, Elena, you can see Luke that he's realizing something at that point, and he says, "No, don't." But it's pretty much too late.
Right.
The rest of the guards that they had already their guns at the ready, not targeting you, of course, but drawn. They all aim at Tuchek and fire on him.
Elena,
Tuchek
Yeah.
drops down dead.
Elena winces.
I can
And
point
now
out
that loose, and now that we have taken
to
care of loose
interrupt.
ends.
To interrupt, I can point out that you can extend force shield to allies.
Ooh.
I don't think that would have helped in the
do you
situation.
really want to do that, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
That's
Now
the
that I'm a
question.
second thinking, it's not worth.
It's
It's
stab.
not
Do you
worth.
want to save him?
It's it's not worth the force point that I'm gonna regenerate to use it.
Where's? Give him dark side points now.
I was about
Just
to
for
say it'd be more
thinking
useful.
that.
I mean, to be fair, if Luke and Elena were going to try and do something to prevent this, it would be more useful for Elena to use move object to get him out of line of fire than anything else.
Yeah.
That
But
you can see Luke saying with frustration that
Yeah.
I see what you're. I now see what you were saying about games. Well, technically, you kept your word. You didn't hurt him. She gives a nod. So, now that loose ends are taken care of, I believe we can talk. You wanted this meeting, so let's hear it. But that Luke starts walking a bit towards her.
Elena,
And the moment he does that, you can see that the guards
Yeah.
Amon.
I
do a
mentioned.
small movement to raise their weapons, not aiming at Luke, but
Yeah, just
they
in
are
case.
just a click before they actually aim. And you see that she waves her hand, and they
Yeah,
drop the
telling the
weapons
not.
again.
Elena stays close to Luke, but just behind him, ready to, leap in to defend him if anything
Leap
goes a bit
behind
dodgy.
him to save your ass.
No, she's Elena's Elena,
I'm
Elena's
joking.
yeah,
Obviously.
Elena's on full defensive mode. If you attack Luke, I'm gonna jump in the way, sort of mode.
Mhm. She
Mhm.
moves a bit closer and says, So, Luke says back,
So Elena says,
I believe that We might be able to help each other in certain areas. The thing is, especially after what I've heard and seen from you, I don't think it's a very good idea.
Ella just whispers in Luke's ear. Told you.
Yeah, well, I'll make this easier for both of you. I'm not here to debate philosophy or training methods or whatever else. I'm just
She's here to
to.
kill chaos. Wait, wrong franchise.
I just want to see the war burn. Sorry, wrong franchise again.
I'm just here to see
I want to kill the Force.
up close the
Wait.
head of the Jedi Order. I was quite curious, to be honest. Well, you can see me now, though I can't see you with the helmet on. Luke says, "Oh, right," she says, and you see that she takes the helmet off and removes it. Beneath, you can see the familiar face of
Yeah.
the Inquisitor, the tribalistic tattoos so that the Dathomiri
Which is
Night Sisters have,
I'm
and
just
stuff like
imagining
that.
that Phil Collins Against All Odds is playing. Take a look at me now.
Yes. It says, okay, now that you can see my face, not that this is important, but
Alana just tries to lighten the mood by making a comment saying, "Good to see you haven't changed a bit."
well, you seem a bit older, I guess. Says at you. I'm not sure if wiser would be
the right word.
would apply here. She says with a small smile.
I could say the same, she says, smiling back.
Well,
He did not heard his advice. Joking,
oh
joking.
God, stop it! Stop posting these things. Uh, Luke just waves and he says, "Let's cut to the chase. You have a reason to say yes to this meeting, not just to meet me. So, it seems that you are knowledgeable about those that attacked one of the Order." Yes, I did some research and I came up with something. Seems I was correct. If anything, you should thank me. I'm not thanking you just yet, he continues. If ever.
Alana just gives the scowled look that the Inquisitor is so familiar from seeing from Alana.
You can see her eyes glance over to you for a moment, and she chuckles a bit and says, "Ah, there's the face I like."
Oh, goody, you have a particular face she likes.
Oh no, this is another ship.
Luke just raises his hand and he says, "Okay, enough with that. If you have any information about who did it, we would appreciate to have this information.
Houdini.
And I will do what I can to, well, not become a target, at least not for now, and not from us." I'm not particularly interested in any of these offers, but I'm interested in something else. You can see that she makes, she moves her hand behind her back. You can see that her double blade lightsaber is resting uh, just inches next to where her hand is moving to. And then she pulls out a small data chip, it seems, and says, I was able to procure this little thing from the Imperial Archives. The secret ones. Don't ask how, I have my ways. I've been working on it quite a long time now. I believe you will find the information in here interesting, and I believe that I will find your reaction to them interesting. This could determine how our relationship from uh, here on will go. And you see that she pushes uh, the data chip using the force towards Luke, and he takes it. Right. May I ask what is exactly included in this? Yes, it has information about your order. Information that you may or may not be aware of. So it seems that both the Empire and the last iteration of your order went into great lengths of keeping some, in my opinion, crucial information hidden. Very well. Thank you, I guess, for this. Yes, yes, as I said, consider it a gesture of goodwill between us. Not that I don't have anything particularly against the Jedi Order, I just find it pointless. At that, you can see that Luke's frustration is a bit
More clear.
toned down. Actually, no, it's more toned down, and he says, I've seen many pointless things. My hope is that what I'm trying to do is not one of them. And I'm hoping that you might be able to see that at some point. Roll a perception, Elena.
Okay. Let me fix the camera. This time I better get a good roll, because my goodness, I need it. That's more like it.
Okay. Uh, they're measuring each other out.
I don't need
And,
I don't need a perception roll for that.
yeah, and you get the feeling that Luke doesn't feel threatened exactly. He's guarded, of course, but he doesn't feel an immediate threat,
Oh.
let's say. The same goes for her as well. And you see that she, from her expression, for some reason, she seems to cool off a bit herself, and she says, well, I have to say, Master Skywalker, that you're not exactly what I was expecting. That might be a good thing. We'll see. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you again, she says with a cheeky smile towards Helena.
Ella just sighs and nods. Likewise, I'm glad to give you another pleasant surprise, I guess, she says with a cheeky smile back.
Yeah, we'll see, we'll see. In any case, if our roads cross again and we are not exactly in friendly terms, it's nothing personal. And she starts moving back to the rest of her entourage. And that Luke says, if at any point you don't know where to go for help,
Call
you
the
can count on us.
Ghostbusters.
But you have to behave. And at that, you can see that she turns back and says, "Oh, I'm making sure to always be at my best behavior," with a small bow, and she gathers up everyone else. You can see that one of the guards picks up
Yeah.
Tuchak's body, and
I
that
find
Luke
it
says,
ironic.
Dead and
Mhm.
I
lifeless
find it
body.
ironic. Everyone says kill stab, and in the end, it's Mriss who does so.
Yes. Yes.
Look, he was on board
Agree.
with he was always on board with the plan.
and Luke's the last thing that Luke says is, "What are you going to do with his body?" Well, I don't know what exactly their traditions are. Burning, burying, something else. We're just going to improvise, I guess. Burning is good, I think. You can see that
Well,
Luke
I think
scoffs
I
a
know
bit.
what's gonna happen.
Oh god damn it.
No, no, uh,
You brought this upon
no.
yourself, Mears.
Call the space dog. It's feeding time. Um, in any case, the moment you go back to Luke's transport, he ignites the engine. He starts the takeoff. Doesn't speak until you are on the air, and then he says, "So, what do you take out of all of this?"
I wish I could honestly say I was surprised by any of that, but I'm really not. Are you sure this information is going to be worth it?
That remains to be seen. I don't I didn't get the feeling that she was lying to us per se. I think she meant what she was saying. But as you said, she likes games. Let's not play into her hands. Also, if you ever find yourself on the opposite side, be extra careful. This is very dangerous.
I know that. I fought her once before, a few years ago. I can only
Yes, you told me about it. That's
I can only imagine how uphill that fight's gonna go next time, if it happens.
Mm-hmm. And after a few hours, when you make the jump to hyperspace, Luke says he leans back to his seat, thinking a bit, and he says, "You believe she's still working with that bounty hunter you told me about?"
Honestly, anything's possible, is all that Elena says. She told me the last time she met she'd gone her own separate way, but I don't doubt they work together on occasion. He's an information broker, and more than likely a lot of their information comes directly through him.
Hmm.
It's just a matter of why she's interested in these particular aspects. What could
Something
she...
is going on here, Elena, and we're in the dark. I don't like that. We have to make a decision about the Anzati. But that can wait until we get back.
I agree.
In the meantime, we should start reviewing the contents of this data chip she gave us. I'll take the first shift, he says. And he takes the data chip.
Elena just gives him a tired-looking smile and says, "Yeah, I could use some sleep. There's only so long one can go on just meditation trances, and I've gone way too long."
So, back on the map.
On the map.
Yes. Oh God. I moved everything. I
The
moved
map.
the entire thing.
No!
The
The
reality
galaxy.
is breaking apart.
No,
Oh
it's just
no.
reality shifted a little bit.
Yeah, we're just gonna
Yes, I
play.
think it's back.
Okay. So this is when we announce this is gonna be the episode, the Map DeLorean season 3.
Okay,
God
there we
damn it.
go. So,
All of a sudden, Luke and Alana land on the
um,
planet and we're just talking to a former Imperial scientist.
do you want to reconvene somewhere between Van Dyne and Ossus
I don't
with the
know.
rest?
The Murin talk with Neo or whatever he talked to decide if they reconvene at any point sooner or later regarding his stuff and
Um,
all of that.
Mm-hmm.
the the
I
Neo
will need come on,
I'd answer him.
a huge computer check from whoever's going to pilot, which of course is going to be Brinko.
First of all, let's see
Mm-hmm.
what
All right.
Cloud says.
Yeah,
the Neo
I'm saying
the
that
talk
just to have an idea
the
on where exactly you should be meeting.
Well,
yeah, what I was gonna say is the Neo talk will happen in a later time,
Okay,
and
then we don't. I take it we don't meet at any point.
yeah,
no,
like
you're
I want to see how my if any I want
Uh-huh.
to see some stuff, let's say in real life, thus it will affect how the talk will happen
Okay.
depending.
so you can so you're saying that you're okay with Elena coming back to Oasis in that case.
Mhm.
Actually, no. Like we still have the plan of going to Tageb Neb, and
That's why I asked you if we
yeah,
had the conversation at some point while Elena and went away or not, because
the conversation about where to meet up, yes, but what exactly I want you to do with
no,
the
no,
stuff.
what you want me to do and stuff like that, I get it. I'm talking about the conversation regarding going and do your stuff and stuff like that.
No,
Everything else you handle it at your rhythm.
that conversation, you know that already. That I want to go there to grab some stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. At some point, I think we have this conversation. So let me roll and use computer to see if I find a very the best place to meet. Uh, Oh god damn it!
We will meet in the sun.
Uh,
I mean, we had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun.
Neo had a drunk day. The moment-
Brindor Krieg Kenobi, you're our only hope.
So I need to use computer now.
Yes.
All right. Well, if I get a 1, I'll have the same roll as Neo.
Yes, we shall. Yes, we shall meet in the sun.
Let me also roll a 1. Just
Oh
come
my
3
God.
in a row.
Okay, I think we could. I think at this point we're gonna just say Elena comes back
Wait,
to
wait,
us
wait.
because we don't
If we
trust
get
any of
another
you.
one, do we win the jackpot?
Well,
Damn
Not
it,
the
it's not a
one, but it's
one.
worse.
2.
I think. I think
It's
it's.
still worse.
I think I'll say. I think it's safe to say at this point. Would it be? I think it'll just be simpler for Elena to come back with loot to Osis and just because we don't trust you guys not driving to the sun.
Here's the thing.
Shouldn't we have just
Brinder's
been able to
piloting.
just take 10?
Yes, Brinder's piloting
Why
is
is two-shot
impeccable.
rolling? You're dead.
Why
From
did you
the
make us
grave.
roll if we could have just taken 10?
Look at me!
Yeah, you're right. We
Ah.
should have taken 10. Wait, I can. I think I can take a bit more. Let me check
To
my
check.
computer.
The ghost of Tuchuk.
I can take 15, but yeah, it's not
The
much.
ghost of
It's 10.
Chuchuk has come back to try to help us for
Yes,
whatever
he's
reason.
rolling as well. It seems that
And-
Jawayne is more proficient with computers than anyone else.
He's just playing. He's not proficient with computers. He just plays with his junk so well that it actually renders time.
No, don't say that! Don't say it like that!
Technically, if we get down and look at it, you have a reroll on mechanics. So yeah.
There we go. Now we're back to normal. Anyway,
Let's
so
go.
yes. Okay. Brinder's piloting is impeccable, but it seems there is a problem with the Navi system.
Yeah,
See,
Listen,
neither
if I
Neo
was
nor
allowed to just take 10, I would have just taken 10.
You see, the
Yeah,
Navi
I forgot
computer
about
was
that.
locked by R2D2 for
And
some reason.
even I forgot about that. So,
All
So
of a
that's a
sudden,
25.
all of a sudden,
Mhm.
HK 150 just walks on the strip saying, "You see, the Navi correction, the Navi computer is locked."
So if you want to head towards here, with that roll you can reconvene anywhere around. Come on. This area over here.
Okay. So we reconvene. Decide.
I mean, you can pick. You can pick
Does
any.
this play center in the circle? Okay, I say here.
That's why I said boat to Jeff at the beginning. It's around that area.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, while
It's
they
not.
were traveling after we got that information, we went there to
Mm-hmm.
do something.
Butajev is a very industrialized planet. It has
Mm.
very big shipyards and stuff, so you won't find it difficult at all to, find some docking and stop there for some time.
Out of curiosity, no, sorry, nothing important.
Okay. You're convened with the rest of the party,
Mhm.
and in the days that passed, Luke was able to go through the info that was contained in the data chip. At least, most of it.
Oh yeah, I've only just remembered now. I think this is a good point to point it in. Didn't we already say Luke and Alana wanted to talk about something before they reconvene with the party?
Oh yes, we could do that. We could leave it for some other time.
Up to you,
Um,
honestly.
yeah, because
Let's leave it for
because
another time.
there are things right now that
There are things that need to be done. I'm more than happy to say Alana
Mm.
talks to him when she gets back or something. I don't know.
mhm. So
It's more
it
of an.
seems
I'd
that
say it's
there
more
is
of
a record. It contains a record about the earlier days of the Jedi Order and significant events that happened.
hmm
So, um, as Luke tells you, he knew that the Order was first founded on Tython, and at some point it was moved to Ossus. So Tython was the initial founding place,
Mhm.
but
and afterwards it was moved on Ossus.
I bet Anakin share.
From what he knew, from what Luke knew, uh, there was some big event that happened, and Ossus was not so welcoming anymore, and they had to move. And from what he was able to gather, everything pointed towards some kind of infighting between the first Jedi. Uh, he has a theory that this might be the actual first schism between uh, uh, the Jedi E Order, as it was called back then, and from other sources, he found that Tython was a rather inhospitable planet for quite some time in the past. It had very violent storms, very extreme um, weather phenomenon. So, yeah, that's what Luke knew. This info that you have now pretty much confirms most of that, but it adds a lot more detail. It seems that the Empire was able to map out roughly some events that happened. It seems that almost 25 and 800 uh, double checking to be sure. Yes,
Yeah.
25,805 years ago, actually before the Battle of Yavin. So
We're
that
roughly
means
17 years after that Battle of Yavin, it
yes,
seems.
yes. That means add another 17 years to that. It seems that there was a war happening on the system of Tython that was given the name of the Despot War. It seems that someone was rallying non-Force users against the Force users that were taking residence on Tython. Almost 10 years after, what seems the Rakatan Empire, the Infinite Empire, found Tython and attacked. That made things even worse because the Despot War ended with the victory of the first Jedi Order, let's say. The Force sensitive people that were living on Tython. And after that, there was an all-out war with the Infinite Empire on Tython,
It was at that moment the Fire
which
Nation
ended
attacked.
with infighting between everyone, pretty much.
Of course.
Uh, a lot of Force sensitives turned against others after they were able to repel the initial attack from the Rakatans. There was a slaughter. Rakatans retaliated afterwards with even greater force. They were able to repel them a second time, but the damage on the planet was already done. Uh, Things were going extremely wild out of because Tython is extremely
Unstable.
uh, how to call it, extremely sensitive, let's say, to force use. So what was happening on it had a very big effect on the planet itself and how its whole ecosystem worked. And of course, Rakatans had weapons of mass destruction and even terraforming.
Of
They
course.
could have used some of them to make things even worse. So, the Jedi left Tython because it was no longer sustainable to live on the planet. It was almost impossible. And they hunted down the last of the Dark Jedi that was left from that war. Of course, hyperspace travel was not possible back then. Only the Rakatan Empire had it. And this is how it was introduced in most cultures through them, pretty much, through the scraps that they found
Less.
after the Empire's fall.
Mhm.
And they had enormous generation ships, pretty much, to sustain centuries of travel between the stars in in a extremely slow pace travel through space
Mm.
uh, that will take a very big amount of years to actually get anywhere. But
Generation.
yes, generation ships, yes. Imagine enormous ships that they have everything you need in order to survive indefinitely on them.
Mhm.
Uh, they found Ossus at some point, what was left of the first four sensitives, and they founded the Jedi Order anew on Ossus.
Mhm.
I want you to roll an intelligence check or wisdom
Cool.
check, whatever you prefer.
Probably wisdom. I've actually got some
Anyone
points in
that
that.
has the info. I presume that Elena is going to share this with the rest of the party. I'm leaving at the. I mean, Jagwain obviously is going to
Yeah.
know from both Luke and Elena, but for
Yeah.
the rest, I leave it up to you.
Average.
No. Question: do you share it or do you keep it just
Worse.
between you and Jawain?
We will share it, more than likely.
Okay. I'm rolling intelligence then. Good
Oh,
intelligence roll. Okay.
okay. So, Neo,
Mhm.
everyone else seems to be, focusing on the events themselves. Brinder, did you roll as well?
I
Because
have not. I can.
if you want, you can roll it
Yeah,
because
if
There
you
we
it's.
want.
go.
Oh, damn it!
I am
I was
busy
going to say yes.
collapsed in the
I was
chair.
going to say you have a good intelligence.
Brindle
Don't worry.
collapses.
Doesn't seem like that he has.
Don't worry, Rindor. I've been there for a while. Just right now, intelligence is decided to play nice with
Uh,
me,
Ju-
so I get
Just
two.
you.
I got
remember,
Brindle
two
thinks
ones in a row.
Brindle thinks his spare pair of boots are a hat.
My last
just
roll was
remember.
two
Don't
Again,
go
ones in
to
a
the.
row.
again.
So,
Remember one thing: intelligence always hates you. You love it, but it hates you.
Neo, everyone else is focusing on the events themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Be it for official, let's call it official confirmation about theories that Luke himself had, and
Yeah.
histor- uh, historians, some
Yeah.
historians did have in the past.
Mm.
But you notice something else, and I want you to make one more skill check on that one to
Which
see
one?
how good you will make the connection. It's a knowledge galactic lore check.
Oh god damn it!
If you get
Well,
the
let's hope that I roll well because I just have a 10 guarantee. Oh my
Oh
god, another
god!
20!
Okay,
Neo,
Question,
Neo
is that
can
enough or...
it is. It is. It is. It is.
Okay. You can see the future!
You can see the past specifically.
Actually,
Yeah, I know. I had to. It's a Team 4-star joke that I had to
Neo
do.
just starts
Okay,
quoting Homer's Iliad in
from
space.
what you remember, from what you remember,
Hmm.
from what you remember, since you are a Twi'lek,
Yeah.
Ryloth was discovered by Old Republic vessels
Hmm.
some um, years back. That they had, come on, because the Old Republic back then, when it was first established, the first Republic that was established in the
Yeah.
core worlds, had already incorporated in their technology hyperspace drives.
Hmm.
So they pretty much have unlocked galactic travel,
Yeah.
and they were starting to explore uh, the galaxy pretty much. So Ryloth was discovered at some point by them. The strange thing is that uh, the files
Mm.
uh, speak about specific Jedi and you know
Mm.
that lived on Tython and then left on the generation ships and all that. And you can see a collection of different species that have
Mm.
no way of being on Tython at that point,
Okay.
included Twi'leks. You can see Twi'leks included in the
Yeah.
ranks of the first Jedi Order, and that means somehow
Palpatine
They
they
revenge.
were
had
on
access
Tython.
to. Okay. Neo would look at that and says something's not right here.
What is it?
And he will say, go back to go back a bit to the names of the Jedi that were there. And when he makes sure that he's reading well the Twi'lek's name, he says, no, this makes no sense. By this point in history, we had not had contact with the first Republic made. By this point, we needed. It was when we first had hyperspace available to us that they contacted Rilo and were able to do. How there are Jedi Masters Twi'leks at this point in time? Something doesn't add up here.
The histories are unclear on how any of the original Jedi made it on Typhon to begin with.
Yeah, but we're talking about these centuries of travel. Light, it's called light speed for a reason. The lanes that we travel in hyperspeed. It's not possible. Don't you understand? It's not a matter of mystery. It's a matter of how did they travel that far with that amount of time? Unless this was, and he goes back to reading the faces. This was mentioned the first empire, the one where the hyperspace was obtained with. The only way this makes sense is if the first Jedi Order was related to this empire. If they were working with them, because there's no other way for these files to make sense.
At this point,
Hmm.
throughout uh, the rest of the information that there is there,
Mm.
and this is the last tidbit of information
Mhm.
that you have from it, you can see a symbol that it seems was used because the ancient Jedi had a plethora of symbols.
Yeah.
One of the most prominent symbols, and this is something that specifically you, Elena, didn't know about,
Hmm.
is eerily similar to the symbol the Empire was using. It's almost identical, almost.
Alana just
Which means that the Empire didn't choose their
Randomly.
symbol randomly. To be expected, of course, because we're talking about Sith.
Alana just looks at the symbol closely and just says offhandedly to Luke, Sidious was known for his japes.
What? Sorry. Huh?
Sidious did love irony, she says offhandedly to Luke.
Well, I don't know what to make of all of this.
Neo asks, what do you refer to that with irony? Right now, Neo is super invested on this because he's trying to. It's a puzzle for him, and he's trying to put it together.
The symbol that the iconic symbol that is linked to the Empire nowadays, Alana said, used to be a symbol of the old Jedi Order.
And don't you think there is a meaning to that besides irony? I already pointed out something that makes no sense. What if this was for in purpose? Was this if this was a reference to this?
At that look, there says that there is also the possibility that these files are incomplete. We're only given what our friend, and he says that while looking at Elena, wanted us to see.
Neo also thinks of that and says, "Yeah, I can see it." And calming himself a bit down and pushing himself against the wall, he says, "Yeah, I can see her doing that kind of stuff."
I can almost guarantee that, Alana says, looking back at Luke. It almost seems as if she wants us to rely on her information for some reason. Isn't there a way we could try and find out more on our own?
Mm.
I fear that we're going to stretch ourselves beyond our reach if we continue this. We have to organize, looks, and you can see that he's mostly talking to himself at this point. Okay.
Alana just catches on and says, "If we're to organize, we'll need more of us, and we should probably try and get more academies set up in the near future as well. We can't stay isolated in one particular location. I've lost count of how many times Cook has told me that's been a mistake of the past order."
Yes. Yes, we should. But first, we have to make sure that this order is actually, established. We are established right now, but
We need more.
let's face it, we are not many at this point.
Near this adds one more thing. We have adds the following. We have two paths that we can follow right now. But well, actually, three paths now that I follow. The information we managed to take from Tuchak unadvertently, trying to find where this file come from and complete it, or and the deal with our little friend. Delegated, it's a good thing to do. Says any of this.
Alana just sighs in thought. This is an out of character question before Alana mentions this in character. Would there be anything in the old Dantooine sub-level archives that Elena found years ago that could help us link some more information to this?
Nope. Most of the information there were long gone.
Yeah.
Then this says, how about with split? I think your sister look
You
will be
don't have to
probably.
split, he says. You
I
work.
don't mean
You
Neo.
work.
This is.
Mm.
I don't mean literally. I mean let's begin with the delegation. It's obviously that the companies that I found there related to all of these. If a few group ragtag group begins to look into it, will call attention and could be seen negative. But someone with the importance in the New Republic looking into that could be taken as interested in deals or stuff like that. So may have one of
Maybe it
your old
wouldn't be a
friends to
bad.
help.
He says maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea for someone to go and meet this particular representative of the CNR family as an independent group, of course. So no lightsabers, at least not visible, and see what
I
we
see.
can get from that front.
Elena goes in with a belt full of lightsabers.
I expected
Neo
multiple.
says,
I
first,
expected
first
like
you.
six lightsaber dual wielding. Now I'm a master.
It's not something that you have to do specifically, but we have to get someone on it as quickly as possible. I
Elena,
already
We,
have I already have 3 people in my mind that can do that, he says.
Elena
Neo
looks.
that says then we leave it that up to
Elena
you.
just
We
gives.
have some stuff to do.
Elena just gives Luke a certain look and saying, "Is one of those is one of those people the same person I'm thinking of?" Speaking about Lando, of course, but without saying it, because I'm pretty sure Luke will realize instantly
Hmm?
who she means.
You see, you can see him looking at you, and he says, Lando would do, but I'm thinking someone closer to home.
Elena
Kyle
cocks.
could easily do that. He has done it many times before. Also, come on, Talon Card has done a lot of favors for us.
Elena just nods in mock appreciativeness, says, "Well, that at least saves me another awkward dinner," she says with a smile.
Let's send him to dinner anyway.
Is he really insisting on that one? He hasn't forgotten about it? I can
If
have a word with him, you know.
it's fine, Elena says. Same with Leia. Just
Oh, right, you were joking. Yes, I get it, I get
I'm
it.
not joke. I'm not joking. Elena says, "I'm not joking, but like Leia, I've learned to put up with it."
Yeah, you have to joke around, Lando. Everything goes smoother this way.
Oh, don't know. I already know that. Uh, she says, but then looks pointedly smirking at Neo.
Okay, so we better start formulating a plan. First, I return back to Ossus to see what else we can squeeze out of our Zati guest. And you have to decide which lead you want to follow.
Elena looks at Moodin before Luke leaves and says, "Would your contacts be able to help with any of this? Is there anything that the Bureau might know about these sort of things?" Cloud.
Oh no, he's muted.
He was always muted.
Oh no.
He's dead, guys. He's more dead than Tutsak right now.
Oh no, Cloud is the dog that's eating Tuchek right now.
No, no.
Oh no! It was just a snack. It was just a light snack.
Mm, Um, yeah. Damn it. Where are you, Cloud?
So
Cloud.
Get
how was
back.
the mystery dinner?
no,
Oh, that is next week.
That's next week.
Okay. Right, effort. It got brought up, so that made me think it was this week.
Ah, there he is.
There you are, Cloud.
He's back twice now.
Yes, I want to be right back and again be a quicker be right back. Anyway, so what did you ask me?
Alana, we were talking about potential leads about the information Luke and Alana got, and Alana asked you if there's anything the Bureau could give any leads for on that.
Sorry, I didn't hear if there's anything.
Alana asked you if there's any leads the Bureau could actually provide on that.
Any leads I can find on.
Any info, pretty much.
He
Okay,
has not been paying attention.
I wasn't here.
I
So,
gave a brief summary.
Listen, he wasn't paying attention from the bathroom. We have to mock him for not being able to like.
Fair.
He was just
well,
having.
I'm-
That's some shitty.
So,
that was some shitty role playing.
so anyway, you want me to roll anything for that information?
No, not really. All you have to do is get in contact with someone from BOSS, which means
From the
Bureau of
boss.
Ships and Services.
Hugo Boss.
Yes.
They sent him a
no.
they sent him a fragrance.
This is literally the acronym. I mean, in canon, it's BOSS because it's Bureau of Ships and Services.
I'd like to see that bold. It's a fragrance.
What can you do? Anyway,
So, Ossus and other about the background of Ossus, because whenever I typed that it was interesting that Neo was before, that is when I left, basically. So I don't know if anything else was said in between.
It was about
A lot was said.
a lot was said.
the review.
Do you want to summarize it, Miz?
let's do it afterwards.
It's
not
more
repeat-
like more like repeat what exactly I'm searching for. Other than that, I'm
That's
fine.
kind of what I meant.
Okay,
Yeah.
you can pretty much ask one of your contacts in the borough if they know something more about the history on Ossus,
Okay, cool.
and if they have more info about if they can get you in contact with higher ups like the CNR family or
Oh, about the stuff that Neo found. Okay.
Yeah. Although this
This is not
knowing more things is going to be helpful, but since the request is not an official one, it is more in any legal route that one of the CNRs made. It should be approached not from an official route as well.
Exactly.
Let me say this. On boss, I say this that if they can research anything about Ossus, since I'm personally interested in the history there, for reasons obvious to me, so that I would like make it not a priority in terms of like it must be done. It's like priority on like
you can also ask about Tython if you want.
Sorry,
that
Tython
is also an option.
Typhon is related because a lot of stuff regarding the First Jedi Order, the Infinite Empire,
it
the
was
First
Typhon.
Republic
So,
was mentioned.
Yeah, for Typhon and Ossus, basically, I will wrap them both in like one neat quest, whatever, neat
Package.
I want information for those planets, let's say, background information. Okay, that, and the other is like more like a potential request, and I will outright say that one of my colleagues wants to meet somebody from Sierra, I think you said. And
question. Actually, I'll let you finish and then ask.
Ask a question.
Yeah.
Ask a question. It make it easier for me.
Okay. Do you want to be ambiguous on how exactly?
What do you mean? How exactly?
You want to get your info about Os and Tython, or do you want to be more,
Direct.
direct?
Exactly
As
what I want.
okay,
You're saying about that exactly what information
do
I
you want to
want?
make it obvious to a specific person that you are searching info about those places, or do you want
Uh,
to split it up and make it more ambiguous? That's what I'm saying.
make it obvious to a specific person. What do you mean by that? That I
How
am the
much do you
one.
want to hide the fact that you're looking into Ossus?
Um,
How much do you want to hide the fact that you are searching about something connecting those two places?
I think none because if I'm searching, if I'm asking on boss,
Hmm.
I consider it. I'm working there, so I consider it quote safe. Let's say, and I know you're asking basically for the opposite, but whatever. Uh, but basically, it is the the company that I'm with. They are people not to mess around. Let's say, so yeah, like I want to like I want to how to say like yeah like I'm the one that's searching and like he give any info on me. Don't but yeah like I could say like don't like I could say don't spread that I'm the one searching. If that like keep a company secrecy if that makes any sense. Like in
Okay, okay.
company we know outside don't say oh Mr. Moodin is searching for information on the random
What happens in boss stays in boss.
exactly
What's happen-
Only your higher ups will know.
what happens in
on
Benidorm stays in Benidorm.
so that about the Sierra thing, yeah, I'm saying it's a colleague of mine. So yeah, let me know if we can arrange. Otherwise, yeah. Otherwise, I
Mir,
will I will try
You
to
can
ask
easily
some.
find you can easily find where the offices are, so you can set up a meeting
yes.
at some point.
Okay, cool.
Just
So we can set it up ourselves if needed. So cool.
Mirs, just to point out, the request is on the darknet, so they could
Oh
contact
no!
over the contact on the darknet.
Oh
So
no!
There is
Stab
no
is
net, there is only hollow. Don't forget.
hollow darknet, yes.
Hollow scat
hollow, dark hollow.
I mean that's
Mm.
the other way they can go by
Hollow scat, or you
rather
can
than
go
going
hollow.
on this street.
I was going to wait for Alice to finish before talking because I was thinking everything regarding that.
Okay.
So
I'm
uh,
just pointing out because you might, you know, miss
anyway,
that.
just to finish, since I have info on where I can find the Sierra mod, I give that to Maxime. Maxime, here's uh, how to say the office of Sierra. You could make a meeting. Maxime, whatever. Neo, you can make a meeting. Uh, you can arrange a meeting. Hopefully, it will go better than you know.
Yeah.
Most likely, it will go better than one on the outer. It was on the outer rim.
The hut.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean that, but like I was trying to be non-specific in terms of
Yeah.
Hat
like,
space.
yeah, or not the
Well,
one in
the meeting with the
space.
hat went well, I'd say.
No, no, in arranging to go in is not that we didn't went well.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I wanted
Okay.
to make it more specific, like that was a lawless place or something like
Yeah,
that.
I know.
Uh, anyway,
Neo, this will know that and will look the arena look and says, just in case, since this was a request, all of this information that I found was insert term here for the equivalent of Star Wars of the darknet.
Hollow Skynet will just have a boss battle between Elena Wayne and the T1000.
Eh, anyway, yeah, do you want me to see if any of my contacts can help me has hear about this?
Go ahead.
No, yes, mhm.
Who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters?
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about the tech guide of the guy in Coruscant that name is escaping me right now.
Okay.
Gaspar?
Preldu.
Preldu, yeah.
He's talking about the
Preldo. I was talking about Preldo, yeah.
Varodian.
Yep.
Yeah. His bestie.
Mm. Yeah, Neo is going to make a quick call there.
Okay. So make the call. You do the
Yeah.
call, I guess. Okay.
What Neo is going to say, so we accelerate this and we do not roleplay and stuff like that. Neo's going to basically tell him, so I got you a challenge. I heard about the Sierra and the other name that right now is escaping me. There was a bit of noise in insert the equivalent of the darknet here regarding that. Some big numbers and throws the real number that he in the file. Can you find me anything else regarding that? What was going on, stuff like that? It will be compensated, obviously, but you know,
Mm.
we'll say because I have to other stuff to do, and I'm being asked to look into this business. Just
Okay.
Neo.
He says, I'll see what I can do. And
Before the contract, what would you be interested as compensation? Just that.
well, you can see now that
Yeah,
Preldu is one of the guys that he's completely content with him having his setup,
yeah,
pretty
I
much.
know,
He has free reign to do whatever he wants as
I
long as
know.
he's,
And Neo
uh,
knows, but exactly because of that, because he has so much free and stuff like that, just
yeah,
in case,
and he's not a mercenary in any way,
Yeah.
shape, or form. He just, does his thing, and he's like,
Neo is it's trying to give him a hand or something like that because
yeah, he's
he's
like,
not okay with no compensated work.
I can't think something out of the top of my head, but I'll come back to you.
Okay.
I request for you to come to dinner with me when you come back. Wear your
Uh,
sexiest suit.
And
after
everyone,
after this call cuts, Neo will look at it and says, "I was also thinking about asking today if she knows anyone that would know regarding history and stuff that will be not officially released for controversial etc. reasons, so it's hidden from public knowledge."
okay.
Did you say Tessa?
No, he says this to look at
Elena.
Elena before
Did you say
going to
Tessa?
make the call.
Did you say Tessa? Because it cut out on my end.
Yeah, he's Neo made it
Mhm.
clear that he's talking about this.
Elena just gives you
Look just
a
as
nod.
if, yeah, look just as if you trust that person. Go ahead.
Okay. Neo just gives one last look to Elena before making the call.
Elena nods.
Okay. Neo makes the call. This is why I didn't want to do a lot of roleplaying with Predum.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to have the lovers' conversation and the actual conversation.
So, the moment this picks up says, so I need someone that that will know the kind of parts of history that are redacted. I need to contact someone like that.
Mr. Amos, what?
Yeah, that says. So we found some very interesting history stuff that it's related to all this mess Elena has thrown herself into. And
Oh, thanks for
there
calling
are
it like Maya.
some pieces that didn't fit, and it's regarding history. So we believe there is something is related to that stuff. So I thought that you know how it is.
Neo,
Whoever is in power likes to redact certain stuff because it doesn't fit
Neo,
their.
Neo, focus. I'm not a historian.
I know you're not, but you may know someone, or you may know someone that knows someone. You have a bigger red than me. That's the red net of connections. That's why I'm asking if you know of someone.
Yeah, I know someone's, I guess. Okay, give me the info. Who knows?
Neo will basically say, just in case you for security and stuff like that, I cannot give you exactly information, but I can tell you what it is about. I'm being to explain to her regarding Osus, Typhon, the Infinite Empire, First Bargain, and all of that, everything that it was there on the file.
Oh, so you're sharing everything.
Neo trusts Tessa, so
Okay.
he's not sending the file, but he's telling her basically the gist of it.
You can see that her expression is getting more and more
Morph.
poker face as you
Yeah,
go on, and
yeah.
and
I Neo is knowing that this is common business for her, so yeah.
at the end she says, "Where did you find all this info exactly?"
Neo this is from our dear old friend, the ex-inquisitor. Yeah, Neo,
You can see that she doesn't break her poker face, but her eyes do a small twitching, and says,
yeah, Neo this says it wasn't from
There's
my hand.
merriment shining in those
It,
eyes.
Neo this says
"Great,
Neo this says it wasn't my idea, and I was never going to get this information. It was Elena and her boss that got this.
Hey, don't
Says Neo.
pin the blame
just
on us, she says from the back. Ella says from the background.
great, just great, just great." Is this info something that you took without permission, or
It
what
was
exactly is
given.
the deal?
It
It
was
was
given. I am not getting you involved into the part that we have accidentally stole from
You
her.
know what, Neo? It's your head. I don't. I, I mean,
Don't worry, this says Neo. I didn't send you into danger with that one with what I'm pressing you. This was given by her freely. The part that I'm going to get into trouble is in someone else's hands.
it was given to you freely. You say
Yes. This yes.
If
that
Neo's
does make you suspicious at all.
Of course it makes me suspicious. Why do you think that I told you all about this and I want you to look for someone else that knows history
I can just
and
imagine
redacting stuff? I want to double, triple check it, and I know you have a bigger connection, and I trust the people that you will trust. So there you go.
Great. Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Thanks. I'm sorry to
I'll
get
have to
you.
get some drink now.
Yeah, I knew this will say if I was there, I will be going with you there because I also want something to drink, but cannot at this point. Still busy with work.
Hmm. I wonder if there is any other mod in the Neo construct
Hmm.
other than busy with work. I mean,
Neo this says only when Elena decides to by accident find us into a big Jedi in big stuff. You know how it now it's this stuff we also Typhon, the ex Inquisitor, and all of this. The other time was the dreadnoughts of the Empire and basically becoming criminals.
Elena's
ah,
tapping.
yes, yes, I
Elena's
remember
stare
all that
intent.
jazz.
Elena's stare intensifies.
Neo's joking around. You can hear in the tone that he's joking.
Yeah,
Last
Alana's
time
not
I
really in the mood.
checked, Neo, you weren't one of those glow stick wielding maniacs, though.
Neo that says, but I am basically in a way, even if it's not through blood, kind of the brother of one of those stick wielding maniacs. So you know what people tend to do for family.
Yeah, I will definitely have that drink now. Talk to you later and see.
Talk to you later, dear, says Neo before cutting.
As soon as Neo cuts off the call, he can see Alana staring into his soul.
Neo looks at her and says, I was joking, sorry.
It's too late now.
I appreciate that, but I'm not exactly in the mood for jokes right now.
Neo that says, I know, it's a serious stuff, that's what I'm joking about. If you suddenly get so hyper focused, you also tend to get over stress, over tense, and that makes you less productive.
Also, don't pretend
Sometimes you have to try to joke to be able to go with the flow much more easily, says Neo.
Also, don't pretend I don't give you days off. Alana says, finally smiling.
Yeah, that says, I know you give me days off. That's why I pointed out that the moments where I don't have days off, it's usually because big stuff is happening, and joking about it.
Would it help you if we hopped to Coruscant on the way back?
Nah, it's better to try to get this out of this done faster. I prefer to be with done with this as fast as possible to avoid the crisis, so we can just then I can go back to taking my monthly trips to Coruscant, where I spend a week relaxing.
I might come with you this time. Alana just looks at Luke.
Mm.
It's been a while since I've had a visit with Leia. That could do me some good.
Well, she has as a busy schedule as Neo here, so
Oh,
it's
don't.
anyone's guess if you will be able to find her.
I'll be able to find her. It's just whether or not we'll actually find the time to. We'll actually find a time where neither of us actually are doing anything. She says with a smile.
Yeah,
By the way, when are you gonna give me
talk to
another?
me about it. I'm her brother, and anyway.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, when's my next day off? Alana says, giving Luke a cheeky nudge.
Being on the Jedi Order is not a job, Elena. We don't have days off. You know that. And then you can see that he smiles and he says, also, you know that you can take your time, you know.
I know. I know. Alana says, looking at Neo. Are you sure you want to shirk that opportunity to go see your girlfriend again? She says with a smile.
Yeah, that says nope. Better to focus and get this done faster. Like I said, the faster we're through with this, the faster we can all go back to our normal lives and enjoy the good things.
Or the faster something else can just pop up.
Exactly, and we can tackle that off and get back to our normal lives.
Don't don't act as if we'll be the
Join
only one.
face palms.
Alana just looks.
Yeah,
At,
that says problems are part of our normal life. Says Neo while going to the co-pilot seat. So let's just accept it and move on. Something pops up, we solve it, we keep moving.
Alana just says to Neo as he's passing, just don't expect for us to be the only ones doing this. She says.
And Nia says, I'm not. I'm just saying that when we trouble arrives at our place and we're given a chance to solve it faster, why not take it?
Oh, no.
Speed doesn't always
In
help.
any case, I will let the rest for you to decide and figure out, Luke says.
Elena gives
And
him a hug and just says, "Oh, before you go, tell Kyle not to keep me out of the loop this time," she says with a smile.
well, you know how he is.
I know he can't help it, but he needs to get better at keeping in contact with us. He's never been good at keeping on the grid.
He has difficulty talking with me. I mean, it's not that he doesn't want to. He forgets himself sometimes.
Exactly.
You mean the one-man army?
Yes.
That's why Elena smiles.
Huh.
That's when Elena just gives.
What a shock!
That's
It's
why-
almost like he's referred to as a one-man army.
And Elena just nods and says back to him with a grin. And it's up to us to make sure he remembers such things.
Yeah, I'll make sure that he stays in contact this time. Speaking of which, Joanne,
Yeah.
I don't know why, but recent events reminded me somewhat of what you've seen in your visions.
Oh, we're going back to that.
Yeah.
That's out of character, by the way.
Tyron, stop playing Harry Potter. We need you a minute.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Oh no, I stopped playing already. I mean, yeah. You got any other insights, Master?
Mm,
Be careful. That's all I have for you. I know you are careful. And between us, he says, I know that this group would struggle without your help. Don't say, Elena, that I said that.
Standing right here. Says just from behind Luke. But gives.
I know. Can't we just have a nice moment here?
Oh god.
Elena just also mentions. I agree with what you say, Luke. I can't help but feel this also might have to do with the strange warrior Joanne I fought 7 years ago. Something doesn't add up.
Well, he was a force user. He obviously had some intel about how we operate. And he also claimed to be connected.
oh no.
Also, I remember catching Thrawn mentioning that the Empire was trying to prevent some sort of incursion.
Who said that?
Weren't you paying attention? And don't you remember I told you that I called Thrawn saying such things to Peric?
Oh, you're referring to that.
Yes.
He gives you a sharp look and he says, Thoran was a complicated man, Elena. He was not. He had some good points, let's say. He obviously knew more than most. And not only in tactics. Perhaps we should keep our enemies closer than we feel comfortable with.
Sometimes we don't have a choice in these things.
Zawayne, what is your opinion about this Inquisitor?
she's weak, I crit head. And she
um, she's slippery at best.
She wears a sign around her neck saying slippery when wet.
Cord?
That wasn't what you think it was. If we met her on Camino, that would make it even worse.
If we were not, though. So, he says, I get the feeling that this is how she managed to survive. People do strange things to survive.
Ella just nods solemnly. She doesn't say anything.
In
but
any case, I don't trust her one bit, but I get the feeling that we do have some aligned interests, even if they are very loosely aligned. I don't know what she's trying to instigate with all this, but she's certainly poking around. Also, if you're going to fight her again, he says to Jawayne, be extra careful.
Translation: get another crit.
She doesn't seem to be someone that doesn't learn from mistakes.
Don't worry, Master.
oh no,
I'm not either.
That means she has crit immunity now. Oh no.
Crit immunity! No!
Technically, there is a way to do that. Anyway.
And now Mears is foreshadowing that yes, she has crit immunity. Perfect.
I'm not confirming or denying anything. Anyway, Luke leaves. He goes back to his transport and goes his merry way towards us.
Yeah. Neo and Brindor begin to prepare to travel to Moodin stuff.
All right, let's go.
Ella just as soon as she says her farewells to Luke, Ella just gives Jawayne a sympathetic look and then just slumps down on a chair.
At some point while traveling, Neo says, "So you're still happy that you're working with us?" To Brindor, he says.
It's not my monkeys, not my circus. I'm just paid to be here. I'm working
Fair.
for Mr. Mood.
What
Fair.
exactly are you saying?
So, you can have a meeting with the Sieners in 2 locations. One is Coruscant, the other is on Mantel.
Let's say Coruscant so Neo can get his boo break.
I was going to say, let's first get to
Ord Mantel is much closer to your final destination.
It's what I was going to say. Let's first get to our final destination, and then going from there, we can go to Ord Mantel. So, or we can, or if Moody needs to go to Coruscant, we can go to Coruscant.
I
But
think he said
we
he
left
wanted
this
to.
in the air long enough.
My plan was to go to Coruscant after we what? Okay, so after we gather the stuff, that was my plan to go to Coruscant after we done our mooding stuff. Basically, I don't know how we can call it. after we go to Ganeb, yep. So yeah.
Okay,
That sounds
there,
like an Ewok name.
there, there. Three, two birds, one stone. We go to the get to
Akuna
and we
Matata.
go to Khorasan.
The mood in place.
Utegetu Nebula.
Exactly.
We go to
We are going to we're
Technically, we
going
kill
to
three
mood
birds.
We are
place.
renaming.
The
We are
UN.
renaming
The
it.
UN.
We are renaming it to
We-
Cloud District, so it makes sense.
Yes.
Perfect.
Perfect.
So we go to
Finally.
Cloud District and then on to Khorasan. Are we happy now?
Yes.
Yes, everyone
Yes.
now.
Technically, we can
No
kill.
one's happy. Let's go.
Technically, we can kill. Like I said, technically, we can kill three birds with one stone because there's the potential that Elena might want to catch up with Leia, but that's also depends on rolls.
I mean, one way or the other, I would like to go to Coruscant to pick up some stuff afterwards,
I know.
so it works.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It just works. How
It
many
just makes
references we
It's
too
make?
how
much
the
sense.
roll. It's how the roll works.
So, you're making your way to
Cloud District.
the Cloud District, then I guess.
Yeah.
Correct.
Finally,
Mm,
after that long of a time, we finally go to Cloud District.
After what 60 odd episodes of this campaign, we're finally going to the Cloud District.
yes, we finally made it, guys.
Yep, to the
We're
promised
going to
land.
see how exactly this infamous Cloud District looks like.
It's just a giant
But
JPEG.
this will have to wait because I believe this is a very good point.
Ending point. Perfect.
Ending point. Yeah.
Yes.
We just go to the Cloud District and we just land on a giant JPEG of Cloud from FF7.
Oh God.
Not interested.
We get a docking of a
This
Genova
sequence
class.
is
We just
you
Perfect.
go there, you go there, and you see that the entire planet has identical people walking around. They all look like the mood, and they all say the same thing. Have you ever been to the Cloud District? What am I saying? Of course you haven't.
we just get landing permission in the Genova district. It's a reunion.
So,
This is
that's
where
all for
Ben
today.
Swallow really comes from.
Yes.
Oh no!
Oh God, no!
Oh no!
What have you done, Tyrant? What have you done?
Everything.
I have done everything. My life is complete. Good night, everybody.
Oh God.
Bye.
No! It
No!
disappeared!
No!
And this time we don't have the galaxy-wide catch!
You are at a disadvantage now.
No. I only wish we do have something, but we need a Photoshop to do it. And I think Tyra knows what I mean. We do have a galactic law.
Oh no.
Ah!
I don't have to.
Ah!
I don't want to know. I don't want
Yeah,
to know
no.
anything more.
Ah!
That's all. That's all for today.
That's
See
all,
you next time.
folks.
And see you for staff next character that's going to kill us.
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone should wait with bated breath to see the next monstrosity. I mean, character that Stab is going to make. If he's going to make another character, because who knows? He's supposed to be a guest star.
He makes a IG-88 unit.
Who knows? I might be the bad guy this time. Oh wait, come on.
This time.
This
This
time!
time! This
Have you
time!
not been the bad guy
This time.
against us at any
Are
point?
you sure about that? Because you shot me multiple times.
But we
and I
didn't kill
didn't
you!
even
You
attack.
almost killed us the first time around with your first character. Then you almost sell us out to multiple people. Then you try to store us, and then try to store us with this new character.
I just
It's
tried
like
to extort
I,
you, and
I
your
also
answer to
said,
that was trying
have
to
to.
kill me.
Yeah, teaching you a lesson. Don't mess
To
with
be honest,
people,
it
with
makes
certain
sense.
people.
I have to say one thing. We tried to kill you with multiple lethal shots that somehow ended up being non-lethal. It's
Exactly.
the first party that actually attempts to fire lethal ones and end up non-lethally killing somebody that they wanted to kill. Usually it's the other way around. Like we want to non-lethal somebody and
That
we
was the
kill
ultimate
him.
expression of the fact that we are all
and then Mriss
pacifists.
killed him anyway.
Exactly.
Yes.
We're just the ultimate
It's the natural
aggressive
way of
pacifists.
things.
It's the
It's
natural way.
Perfectly
It-
balanced.
As all
it
As
still
things
well
counts
should
as a,
be.
It still counts as a party kill, as Gimli would have said.
It still counts as
Still only
one.
counts as one.
Where his brother and franchise? No.
Now, next stab character is going to be a random IG-88 rebuild unit, and he just has all the information on the droid attack on the Wookiees.
He got all the information
No,
regarding
I'm
that.
going to make a wiki. I'm going to spoil you. I'm going to make a wiki or Jar Jar Binks. So prepare.
Oh no, not Jar Jar
Darth Jar
Binks.
Jar is real.
Don't
He's
steal
going
my
to
idea.
make a hairy gun.
Don't steal my
Oh,
ideas, Sam. What I was saying, are we still recording, by the way?
yes. Yes, I wanted to capture this all on film.
Oh my god. God.
Oh no! Everyone now knows my evil plans now. Oh
Yes,
Exactly.
now
no!
everyone knows. Now all of China knows you're the bad guy.
Well, China doesn't get YouTube.
Oh no!
China doesn't get YouTube. You're safe.
So, let's end the stream.
Bye.
Bye.
This is where the fun ends. Bye.